Today I'm going to be working on cleaning out my pantry. We moved to this house about a year ago and it was my mom's old house she built next door, and I have a pantry that I'm not loving. It worked well for her because they only had 2, but we have 9 people in our family, actually just 7 that live with us full time. We have 7 kids total, 2 have moved on, but a lot of times they're back and forth because they're visiting and stuff. So anyway, as you can imagine, I feed a lot of people from this pantry. So this is my pantry. From into this room is the actual kitchen. So I would walk through here to go to the pantry. But anyway, I'm going to show you the rest of this room really fast. My fridge is back here because it doesn't fit in the regular fridge spot. My laundry sink and my laundry. I've got this little thing right there of things I'm going to be trying in my pantry. But anyway, I'll show you that stuff in a little bit. But my pantry, you can see, you know, I've got all these shelves. And what happened was when we moved here, my husband put an extra one out here, so it was about half as long. But it's proved to be a nightmare because I can't keep it organized. You can see how when everybody puts things up, they just shove it where it fits, and then things fall to the floor. Like, why do I have syrup right there sitting on a bucket? Who knows? Because there's 8 people staying here right now. But anyway, so my goal, one day I came back from vacation in Branson where we lived with just a few things. And I was like, oh, I'm so sick of this pantry. There was stuff like all over the floor and we cleaned all that out. And then I just got on Amazon and I started buying all this stuff that would help me organize. So I'm going to pull that stuff out in a little bit, and I'm going to pull all the things off the shelf. So we're going to go through this process together, and you guys might have some more ideas for me because I am actually not the most organized person in the world. And I'm sure some of you are like, ooh, I know what would work better. So feel free to chime in if you want to. I'm not going to be offended or anything. I do not claim that I have this perfect. And obviously I don't have it perfect now anyway. But we're going to try out all my little gadgets that I got. And we may have to change some heights of the shelves. Like that one's pretty deep, and I have some can holders. I mean, pretty tall. I have some can holders that'll have to fit there, and then I got some bins and things that I can organize things in so I can pull them out and look for things a little better. Maybe like it's a sliding shelf in a way. And then I got something for the door, a rack to go all the way on the door. I'm thinking about putting my spices on it because I'm tired of not being able to find my spices either. We shall see. This is going to be a process. You guys can watch me go through the pain of it. All right, so the things I got to help with my organization, I have this door rack. It can go, it's like 2, so it can go all the way down, a lot of the way down the door, I should say. And I believe it has some screws that you attach it with. Originally, I was thinking I would put my spices in it, and it's wider than I was expecting. I should have measured, but I, of course, didn't. And so now I may still use my spices because they'd be nice and light and be easy to find them compared to where I have them now. But I'm still like on the fence how I'm gonna do that. The next thing I got was this airtight food storage container set. So I wanted to start putting my flour and sugar and things like that in airtight containers so that they're easy to see and I don't have a bunch of bags in there causing messes, and I can keep a handle on how much I have left too. And then I got these 2, which I'll set them up for you in a minute. I think there's 2. It's been a while since I ordered these. I've had a lot going on since then. But it's can sorters. So hopefully I'll like that. I'm a little worried it's going to take up so much room and it will leave me with less room. So we're going to put it together and just try and see. Okay, and last I got 4 of these little bins. Originally I was thinking I could put it on the floor. Now I'm kind of wondering if I'll put it on a shelf so I can use this as a bin that pulls in and out. I was thinking I also bought some shelves, or not shelves, some wire baskets. I'll have to double check my order and see if I decided against those or not. Like I said, I did this around January 10th, and since that time, maybe it was the 14th, I think, my son went into the hospital. He was diagnosed with diabetes type 1. They airlifted him to the hospital, and then 3 days after he got out of the hospital, we went on our family cruise that was a Christmas present to our kids. I'll show you a picture here of us on the cruise. But anyway, so now finally I'm getting back to all this because of the craziness of January, and I'm not remembering everything I ordered, but there's 4 of those. Hoping that I'm gonna like these. I may have to switch them out for something else. We'll see. Gonna take a little break and say, no wonder I could never find anything. Everything is in multiples, opened about 25 times it seems. I've already almost filled all 4 of those tubs, which I'm not gonna leave them like that, but you can see I have a ton of syrup. I can probably combine some of those. I'm gonna throw some of it out depending on how old it is, and I've only barely touched that bottom shelf. I still have those 2 to go. Woohoo! All right, so I have so much syrup that apparently I'm planning to eat pancakes for the rest of my life. But I really hate waste, so I'm creating its own thing. One of them is sugar-free, which I'm saving for sure for my son. And then we've got corn syrup. Wait, I saw another corn syrup, but where did it go? Oh, right here. So I'm gonna do that just to see how crazy we are. I think this is what happens when I have kids shopping for me. Because we just had pancakes one night this week, and they said, I don't think we have any syrup. Do you want me to run get some? It's like, no, I know we have syrup today. Okay, so I just pulled out my can racks. I thought it was a good time to get those put together. Figure out which shelf they're going to go on. Well, it says to start on the bottom. We'll try that. We ran into our first hang up on this project. The can holders that I bought from, I guess it was from Walmart, not Amazon. And I should have read the reviews. There was one bad one. I guess I wouldn't have maybe believed them all. But they won't go together, so that's irritating. There's a round hole and a more flattened hole for the thing to go through, and it's just not gonna do it. So my husband tried. He tried forcing it, but it didn't work. So I got 4 of them, as you can see. Now I've just got to figure out what I'm putting in them. So next on my list, I got these clear, they're kind of like canisters, but they're just clear storage containers. They each have a snap-on lid, kind of like that. They're different sizes. There's 6 of this smaller size. I'm thinking I'm gonna use it for my flour and my popcorn and my sugar, rice, things like that. Oh, also they came with these little name tags and markers to write on them with, so I'm excited for that. All right, so this is crazy. I know I keep saying this. I'm so disorganized. Well, my phone is falling. That I found all these different bags of popcorn. This one, this one, this one, and that. Oh, and a little one. So, I'm gonna start by combining all the bags of popcorn into this container. Simplify. They might be different colors, but I don't really care. This one is different. I'm thinking I'm just gonna lay it in the top, and that should be fine. Now, it's not quite full, but I have a feeling I'm gonna find another. I've got one done, yay. Okay, so my progress report is I filled one of those baskets. I think I'm gonna fill a few more. My can holder is no good. I still have to do like the flour and sugar. I think I'm gonna make a basket with baking things. And I'm gonna have to wait on my cans, so I'm just gonna organize those for now. And yeah, I'm making progress. It's starting to overwhelm me though. Apparently we really like drinks, so I keep finding drinks in here. Like up here, hot chocolate. These are oatmeal packs, but these go into green smoothies. I don't know if I'm gonna keep all this or not. Trying to decide. Thinking I should have a bigger one for the flour, but here lately I haven't been baking as much, so we'll see. I have it in 5-gallon buckets, so I could always just refill this one. I was debating if I wanted to put the powdered sugar in the bags inside the container, but I think I'm going to dump them. Doing this on my washer and dryer, so I'm trying not to get food all over it. I already spilled some sugar earlier. Alright, let's try this again. The last one. Oh, I hope it fits. It's almost gonna make it. You can do it. Now I'm spilling it. a little. All right. How do you think it made it? Yay. All right, this is my finished product so far. I ran into a few glitches. So my husband installed this on the door for me. We did use screws. I feel like it looks a little uneven, but it doesn't. Well, regardless, I'm leaving it because it's screwed in and I don't care. So I can't put more than 5 pounds on each shelf, but it's great for those lighter things. Now into the closet. So I have Zevia down there for whenever I want a soda and I want to stay on my diet, which I've been kind of on and off lately. But and all my bottled things are down there. I haven't labeled it yet because I'm not for sure if I'm gonna. Oh, that's not just bottled. It's that is oil and vinegar type things, which is a lot. So it's really nice to have it all together where I can hopefully know what I have now, because as you saw earlier, I could not ever tell what I had. These are more like condiments and barbecue sauces and salad dressings, things like that. I've got right here is my baking stuff, typically for baking or pancakes or cake decorating, things like that. And then I just kind of stuck all these individual containers where they fit. And back there, obviously I'm gonna have to move this sugar if I get back there, but it's got my miscellaneous boxed items, but it would be pretty easy to move that sugar like up to here or something. And then right above it here, behind these, I have more boxed type items, but that'll be super nice to be able to just pull it out and look. So my cans, that's where I had a problem, because I started trying to put together the can thing that I got and it would not go together. The holes were not the right size to fit it together. So instead I just sorted everything so I could kind of see what I have in here. And that's where I always get messed up, is in my cans. So I'm hoping the organizer will help. I found out I have like way too many jars of peanut butter. We have a bad habit of opening things, and when we can't find something, then we open something else. And then up here I discovered I have, well, I mean, I put all of my bulk type stuff, the pasta, popcorn mixes, more pasta and rice in front, because behind I have things like, that's all syrups, and I don't want to get rid of them yet because I know I'll go through them. It's just, now that I can see them, I can plan meals around these things. And all these are drinks, either hot chocolate or apple cider tea drink mixes that my diabetic son can use. You know, I don't drink hardly any of them, so all the drink mixes I probably need to have the kids go through and make sure they actually want them, and make sure they're going to start drinking them if they want them, so that we're not storing them for no reason.